Well, we're knee-deep into this Mario Marathon, and I must say, the series is well known for being consistent. I've been playing mainline Mario games since April, and I've not gotten tired. I've been playing the Super Mario Bros. Trilogy, Super Mario World, 64, Sunshine, and now both Galaxies. That's really a testament to how good this series is. Sure, I've gotten a little bit tired, but I'm ready to see this through to the end. We got 2 more videos, so let's get right to it. This is Super Mario Galaxy 2. Watching the trailers for this got me so hyped. I couldn't believe it. A direct sequel to a 3D Mario game? Well, sure, there had been other 3D Marios, but never a direct sequel. So how are they going to go about it? Well, let's find out.
Super Mario Galaxy 2 started off as more of a mission-packed sequel, essentially the first game with more added, hence the title Super Mario Galaxy 1.5. But Mr. Miyamoto and team had so many ideas left over, they decided they could make a full-fledged sequel. Did it work? Well, of course it did. Super Mario Galaxy 2 pretty much starts off pretending that Super Mario Galaxy 1 never happened because, well, I guess that's kind of what happens when the entire universe gets reset. But the game starts off much faster with just simple text narration. The Star Festival is here again, and Mario is on his way to the palace for cake. When he comes across Luma, who teaches you the spin attack, in all sense of fairness, this is a way to teach players who haven't played Galaxy 1 the essentials of the spin attack. But then Bowser again attacks the Mushroom Kingdom. He's now giant, as he loves to point out, "I'm huge!" Yeah, okay, Bowser. So regardless, Bowser takes off into space and Mario chases after him, coming across Luba and his spaceship. Yeah, no Rosalina this time. Well, mostly. I'll get into that. As a replacement, Luba is painful, to be honest. He doesn't have any of Rosalina's mystique or charm. He just makes bad puns and constantly reminds you to take breaks. Yeah, thanks, Nintendo. I know you got hit by lawsuits I don't remember the full details of and don't feel like looking it up, but I know that's why you put these notifications in, and you only got worse as time went on. Yeah, looking at you, Fi. I'll get to you one day. So how should I start off? The graphics are just as good as the first Mario Galaxy. As I said, the Wii was lacking in graphics department compared to the 360 and PS3, but Nintendo made use of what they had. The visuals are simply astounding. If there's ever an HD remaster of this, I can only drool in anticipation of what it would look like. The soundtrack is as amazing as ever. The orchestra returned in full force. You got your mix of sci-fi, country, synthetic music, and I would love to buy the soundtrack of this game, but sadly, oh well. There's always rips. It's not quite the same, but it's better than nothing. But at least the soundtrack won lots of rewards, so that's noteworthy. Instead of the game taking place on a hub world like Peach's Castle or the Comic Observatory, the hub world is essentially the face ship as Lobo names it. The face ship is filled with some activities. You can bet on extra lives or star bits, and the more levels you complete, the more characters will join the ship, such as the Red Babam and the Gearmos. It's a nice little aesthetic, and it gives the ship some character. You got a male toad as you did before, and a bank toad. You need to fill this up to get access to the final store. Fortunately, it goes across all save files, so I didn't have to worry about that for this playthrough. This time around, the worlds are all on a map, which you travel to using the ship. This is much more time efficient than going to domes and accessing a level that way. Tagging along earlier this time was Luigi. Every couple of levels you have the option to switch to Luigi if you so choose. Luigi plays exactly as he did in Super Mario Galaxy 1, but if you beat the level as Luigi, you'll unlock a staff ghost which you can race against. Now, if I was to describe Super Mario Galaxy 2's gameplay compared to the first, I believe the term would be, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mario Galaxy 2 keeps everything that made the original great and improves upon it. Once again, you must get the star in every level, and once you get a certain amount, you can advance on the path of the Star World. Each galaxy has at least 2 to 3 stars, and you'll find this game is more of a love letter to all Mario games past. There's even a throwback galaxy to Womp Fortress from Super Mario 64 along with plenty of other nods to past Mario games and other levels. Now, Miyamoto said that they catered Galaxy 2 towards players who thought that Mario Galaxy 1 was too easy, and while there certainly is a challenge, and there are times where you can die, I never found it was the game's fault, but rather because I was too hasty in trying to get through a level as quickly as possible. Whether you're playing through a wonderful blue background filled with pancakes, or doing a 2D platforming section, I find that this game is filled with surprises, and that's amazing. The game still has plenty of extra lives available through these mini-games that you can play. Basically take out a bunch of enemies within a time limit, and you'll get an extra life. Actually, this game's all about the minigames. There's this chimp that's a reoccurring character who would challenge you to minigames with stars as the prize. These aren't too terribly difficult, but they can be time-consuming. and they often make use of Mario's powers for the game, which leads me to my next point. All the powers from Mario Galaxy 1 return with the exception of the Ice Flower. I guess the developers realized that since all it could do was freeze water, it was kinda pointless. But in its place, Mario has some new tricks. There's the Rock Mushroom, which turns Mario into a boulder. This one is used for very specific stars, such as where you use yourself as a bowling ball. There's the Cloud Mushroom, which is probably my favorite power-up in the game. Mario falls slower, and he gets 3 platforms to create by spinning, which makes it very useful for traversing long distances very quickly. I wouldn't mind seeing this power-up return in either a 2D or 3D Mario game. Mario also has access to a spin drill, which he can use to drill below ground. It's a nifty-looking action. Which leads me into Mario's best power-up of all, Yoshi. Yoshi is back after a disappointing 3D debut in Super Mario Sunshine, and he's restored to his former glory. He can swim now, and he got past that vomiting juice thing he did. The levels catered exclusively to Yoshi are a great time, and he has power-ups of his own. He makes a dash fruit which makes him run faster, a blimp fruit that inflates Yoshi and allows him to float up, and a bold fruit which lights Yoshi up and allows you to see hidden platforms. Overall, the Yoshi levels are some of my favorite. He's also unlockable for the ship, but this doesn't really have any practical use. Throughout each level, there is a comic medal for you to collect. These are relatively easy to collect, and I collected most of them on my first time through. But if you missed it, that just meant, oh, gotta go back and replay the level to find the medal. Doing so unlocks a Prankster comic for the world. The Prankster comics function a little differently this time around. The Speed comics basically range through collecting clocks to keep the timer up. The Cosmic comic has cosmic clones of Mario or Luigi following you, so you gotta be careful where you run or you might run into yourself. The Daredevil comic returns, and it's still the same, beating a boss without getting hit, and purple coins are limited to a few galaxies this time around. Once again, Lumas are scattered throughout the galaxies, and you have to feed them a certain amount to unlock a new galaxy. There's also Lumas inside levels to unlock hidden stars, only these require coins. This is a nice change, and first time through, players will be sure not to look for coins unless they need some for health. So this time around, whenever you see a Luma holding up coins, you know that when you return, you'll need to collect coins this time around, and I don't mind that. It switches things up. Well, I made it through all 6 worlds, and now I'm at the final Bowser Galaxy. Let's do this. An eerie feeling falls across the crew as they approach the fortress, noticing Comic is dangerously close to being sucked in. The danger is high, but to save his princess, Mario enters the galaxy. This level makes use of almost every ability Mario has used throughout the game, so it serves as a good final level. Once you open the gates, Mario finds himself facing down Bowser, who has made himself a giant. Before you can damage Bowser, you have to wait until he drops these meters, and once he slams his fist into the planet, you can ground pound the meters into Bowser. This is the only way to damage him. After 2 hits, Bowser will start adding Fire Breath to the equation. But stick with it, and you'll eventually knock him down the sides with the Grand Star for the taking. Only for Bowser to pull a surprise return and swallow the Grand Star. This leads to another fight where the only thing for Mario to land on is these meters, which you have to ground pound at Bowser to damage him. The theme is epic, the scenery is amazing, it's just too bad that the fight is ridiculously easy. With Bowser defeated, Peach is saved, and Luma is reunited with his mother, Rosalina. Rosalina thanks Mario for all his help in saving the Power Stars and reuniting her with Luma. Luma takes Mario's hat with him as a memento, and all is well that ends well. Of course, that unlocks the special world. It's also here that you gain the ability to switch between Mario and Luigi at will. The special world isn't anything too fancy, just a way to reuse levels from Super Mario Galaxy 1 with one level from Super Mario Sunshine. It's all fine and good, but now I have all 120 stars once again, and we have to go fight Bowser once more, with Luigi this time. So you beat Bowser again, and now it's time for the secret ending movie to play. Rosalina finishes reading the story of Super Mario Galaxy 2 to her Lumas, and now reveals it's time for the Green Star Hunt.
Great. Let's do this.
Yep, now it's time to grab all the green stars. These aren't too particularly challenging to get. There's no indication as to where they are in each level. All you'll hear is a shimmer to where they are. It took me much less time to grab every green star. Some of these are in very high places, so I recommend using Luigi for most of these. So you get all 120 green stars, that unlocks the Grand Master Galaxy. It basically puts all your platforming skills to the test. All that padding just for one extra level. I know Mario Galaxy 1 did this with the Grand Finale Galaxy, but that was just a comforting breeze through the Star Festival. This is a very challenging level. So I beat the Boomerang Brothers and grabbed the star. Now what? There's one more thing. Collect every comic medal and have 9,999 star bits in the bank, and you'll unlock the perfect run. which means you have to go through the entire level without getting hit once. This can be very challenging, but with enough determination, you'll pull through. Team Luigi for the win. But you get whisked away to the gate where you'll find Rosalina, who will thank you for gathering every power star, and she'll even join you as your final companion on the ship. Phew.
So that was Super Mario Galaxy 2. Would I call it good? No, I'd call it amazing.
It took a good concept in Super Mario Galaxy and polished it even further. Which one do I prefer? Well, honestly, I don't know. Both are like two different scoops of ice cream. Different flavors, but both pretty good. I wouldn't recommend playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 right after Galaxy 1, but on its own, it's a damn good time.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to end this Mario Marathon. I got one more game to go, but I also got some other projects that I want to work on too. So, after 2 adventures in outer space, it was time to leave space behind and return to the greener pastures of the Mushroom Kingdom. Join me next time for Super Mario 3D World. I'm Greg, thanks for watching, have a fantastic day, and take care.